Hello, everyone. Welcome back to yet another political episode. We have another constitutional referendum that is on the ballot, specifically in the very, very, very tiny country of Nauru. It is the smallest island country in the world with really barely any people in the country. We can actually look at the population of Nauru. It is a population of, let's see here, 11,000. Jeez. Yeah, 11,000. Yeah, that's as small as your suburb in an American city. That's smaller than a suburb. So I would imagine that those 11 people living in Nauru, which is like basically nothing but maybe a couple here and there, you could basically, I don't know, drive around the whole island in one day. No problem. I would imagine that everyone knows each other in Nauru, and people have met the leader, the president of Nauru, many times. It's not a surprise to run into someone like that. But we have to talk about the election which took place, and you'll see that ballot measure is indeed on the ballot. It's specifically asking voters if the passage saying, quote, "Do you agree that the term of the parliament be increased from 3 to 4 years as approved and passed by the parliament pursuant to the Constitution Bill 2025 or the amendment?" And no surprise, the majority of people said no. 55.33% of the popular vote. Why would you think they would vote no? Well, it's big deep state, big government is not just an issue in the United States. It's an issue around the world, especially in the tiny little island country of Nauru. So, when they're saying, okay, our politicians, they're as rich and as corrupt as it is, would you give them extra years to be more corrupt or more rich and more powerful? The idea is no. So this result, although we don't really have any real results, I would imagine that, it's very different when it comes to the referendum. We can actually see an example of some of Nauru's districts and how they voted in referendums. But you can imagine, here's an example. Yeah, very tiny. You got these districts here, and basically this is 66%. This is a constitutional referendum specifically from 2010. Not this said referendum, by the way. 15 years ago, and we got this new referendum. But this referendum was soundingly and swiftly rejected by the Nauruan people, and understandably, because I don't know, if you place a ballot measure that said, we're going to give our Congress people 10 years in the Senate now, would you support that referendum? I know I wouldn't. In fact, I don't know. I think you serve one Senate term. You should serve one term in the United States Senate and be done. I mean, term limits should be a thing, because this is how you get insider and deep state politicians. This is how you get a Mitch McConnell. This is how you get a Nancy Pelosi, and they stay in the government forever. And there's a reason why this isn't term limited, guys. There's a reason, because the lawmakers aren't going to make that, because they're getting money from it. So I suggest one term in the United States Senate, because you're in there for 6 years. Or 2 at max for sure. But apparently Nauruans are on page and are on board with the current frustrations of politics it's the same deal here. And Nauru is a country where political parties are not a thing. Political parties are non-existent. It's just independent. And sure, I guess Nauru kind of aligns with the Taiwan, Beijing sort of thing. In other words, and there is an ideological divide when it comes to these independents, quote unquote. There are political parties are banned in Nauru as they are, I don't know, their constitution does not allow that, which means that that means you got to do a lot of research, because today in America we just go and we vote for the candidate that with an R or a D by its name, and we trust that the candidate with the R by his name is going to fulfill a Republican or conservative agenda. You don't know what this independent's either left or right-leaning, or maybe political spectrum is non-existent in Nauru. So this is specifically people in Parliament. Speaking of Parliament, we got results from the parliamentary election. I'm waiting for more results to come out, and I'm waiting for Wikipedia to publish it. Other than that, it seems that we got what we need. We'll be reviewing that said Nauru parliamentary election pretty soon. But anyway, there's nothing really much more than I can talk about than the fact that this ballot measure was soundingly defeated. You'll see that 8,000 people have participated in the said election. That's a pretty good turnout out of the 13,000 or the 11,000 estimated population in Nauru. 8,000 showed up, and you got invalid or blank ballot, 66. I know that in some ballot measures, I think it's in the United States, those ballot measures with the blank ballot measures, they're counted as no votes. So you're getting an answer. If you don't participate in this constitutional referendum, you vote another. It's kind of sneaky, right? It's kind of a fishy move. But if you don't participate in this, it automatically becomes a no, and you basically vote a no, which is cheap, but whatever. So what do you guys think in regards to this video? Let me know down below, and as always, I'll see you all in the next political episode.